There we go. Hey everyone. Okay, I hope make sure my mic is on. Hey everyone, Jim Mike 7 here, and I'm back with another video. And today, we are here. I'm here with Jay King. Jay King, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm doing good.
Cool. So this is we've got a lot of topics to talk about here tonight. Very few, because a lot of big things happened today. Happened yesterday. More than also the title. And when I checked my phone just literally about 2 minutes ago, no, 2 seconds ago, that really pissed me off. Literally right before we went on live, I checked
Hmm.
my phone and I was like, no. Um, but
But
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I just want to kind of start off. One, let's see here. One, we had uh, Marvel Studios that we've been waiting. We have in 2 weeks, actually, yeah, in 2 weeks we have big movie coming out, which I think also we can talk about tonight too. We want to speculation, but Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness will be coming out on May 6th, really in 2 weeks. And everybody, I don't know, is anticipating that film coming out, as am I. I got my tickets and everything, plan on going that. But
Hmm.
also one thing that everyone's wondering, say, hey, where's Thor Love and Thunder? Because Thor comes comes out
July.
in July, and it's like we still haven't gotten a trailer. We haven't gotten a trailer. Um, well,
Well,
fortunately for
this
us, 2 days ago,
mhm.
Monday, they dropped it around, I think, around 11 o'clock a.m. in the morning. Um,
Around
but
there.
yeah, but they dropped the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder, and we're gonna play that. I'm gonna just for copyright reasons, I'm just gonna play have some music on play in the background and stuff. And I'm gonna keep it muted, but then we get back and talk about the video.
Hmm. But yes, this has been another one of the most anticipated movies, especially because, again, this is literally not that long after Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness comes out. This is probably the longest Marvel has gone without a trailer. That even includes No Way Home. Like, at least No Way Home had a teaser a couple months before, but like, we're only like, what, 2 months before this one comes out? And now we finally get footage. And we've had a lot of like promotion and like photos and everything, but this is we're finally getting footage of the stuff that we know and the stuff that we didn't know.
Mhm. Yeah,
And of course, this being like the first MCU movie outside of Avengers to get a fourth movie.
right. Yeah. First of all, I just want to shout to chat, shout to Ego Podcast, and also shout out to Before the Billions in the chat. Thank you guys for stopping by. Um, but yeah, but one of the things I just want to say with this trailer that kind of gave it was a teaser, obviously, that's kind of pointing out, what was going on, obviously after the events of Avengers Endgame and everything, and I'm really excited like what they gave us. It gave us a little short bit what we needed, but also gave us a
Hmm.
taste just of everything that is not revealing too much of the film. Especially obviously get our shot of Natalie Portman.
Jane
Um,
Foster, the mighty Thor.
yeah, so this is the main shot we got here. Fortunately for me, I think now I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt this reveal to be a little bit underwhelming. My opinion, just because in the Mighty Thor run of Jane Foster, I felt like the way she's kind of predicted is very more colorful and this, and I felt like the shot, at least of her being the big shot of her, I was actually getting a more clear shot of her instead of like in the dark.
Mhm.
Shout out to Ronan Unchained in the building. Shout out to Ronan Unchained. Make sure you guys subscribe to Ronan Unchained. Look, guys, make sure you
Yeah.
support people
Yeah,
up in
I'm,
here.
I'm 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 very surprised that you had that feeling about like the last shot with Jane. I mean, and honestly, I think they shot it pretty well. Again, like a lot of people who didn't know that was Jane, like you can't really tell from an instance, like, oh, that's Natalie Portman, unless you like really look close. It's like, oh yeah, that's Natalie Portman, because again, the way they did the comic accurate costume for her Mighty Thor looks pretty good. The mask was made specifically as it is to be concealing. You can't really tell who that is. I mean, I wish they would have also gone with like the black eye effect that they have in there, but you get some, you lose some, and I'm perfectly fine with how this looks as well. She's obviously put on some muscle for this role,
Right.
and I
Look at
definitely
this shit.
appreciate that. that she looks a lot more jacked than the last time we saw her in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that was a while ago.
How you doing?
And,
You
and,
got
and
to the chat.
Yep, and with the cracked hammer and everything. But yeah, we definitely have a lot to talk about, not just with Jane, but also with the rest of this. Because another thing that you can realize with this trailer is that they didn't even show the main villain, Gore the God Butcher, played by Christian Bale. They didn't even show him like at all. They might be
Hold on 1
saving
second. I
that
want to make
for.
sure. Can you hear me in the chat? They're saying
Yeah,
they
I can
can't
hear you. No audio.
Okay. All right. Cool. No, there's someone saying the
Yeah.
audio. Yeah, were you
That was weird.
Lisa? See if you can check your chat, the audio. Hopefully, I do want to make sure that we're good up in here.
Yeah,
Come back. All
but
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah, everyone's saying it's good.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
like as I was saying, like we didn't even see the main villain of the film, Gore the God Butcher. We got a feeling of what his whole thing is, because for those you don't know, Gore the God Butcher, going to be played by Christian Bale, is a character who is literally out there to destroy all the gods of all mythology. That includes ones that we saw in this trailer, which were the Olympian gods and Zeus, played by Russell Crowe, who's also going to be in this film. We even saw a literal, taken straight from the comics shot of Thor, now with the addition of Korg in the MCU, in this scene, looking at a dead god who used to play with black holes, if I'm correct. So again, like Gore is out there. We don't see him, but we definitely see tiny bits of the wake of his destruction that he'll be bringing in this. Hell, I mean, there's even bits of seeing that maybe New Asgard is going to get burned, which is the second time Asgard gets destroyed in the MCU.
Yeah,
it's
and actually,
it's not the place, it's the people.
Yeah, and I actually want to talk about this because I want to break down this trailer right here in certain parts. Because one thing I really liked was how this trailer started. Because I like you seen the transition. I actually think this is actually one of Chris Hemsworth's kids.
Yeah, I think it is
twins.
as well. Yeah, as the child Thor, and then the teenage Thor is the Jack Kirby comic accurate costume for Thor, the original costume, golden boots, black top with the, circles and everything like that. And then it's running again. You see Chris Hemsworth in another suit, which looks like another one of the comic accurate suits from, I forget where, but I remember seeing it somewhere. And then you see him current day. And I really like how they played with the music here, because the song Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, basically is like a story of like, being a child of the gods in a way. I think it definitely blended well with this trailer, just like how I think the music for like one of the Doctor Strange trailers definitely blended with that as well when it comes to the themes that this movie is going to portray. It's definitely shown that, Thor, he's like, well, I mean, I don't know what to do anymore. I mean, I'm not king of Asgard anymore. Valkyrie is. I don't really want to be an Avenger right now. So it's like, maybe it's time I just take a rest. I mean, I don't even have Mjolnir anymore. There's not really anything to do like everyone else. Okay,
shout out WG in the chat. Shout out to
chill. But yeah, like it's definitely showing like I'm in the midst of wanting to retire because I don't know what my path is right now. It even shows. I think he heals his eye that got ripped out by Hela, because both of his eyes are sky blue. But remember, the eye that Rocket gave him in Infinity War was like a different color, which has a lot of people also thinking, yeah, this place right here that he is. Some people are speculating this might be the one realm within the 9 realms that we haven't visited yet, which is the realm of the Light Elves, and they might potentially heal his eye. That's what I'm getting at, especially since again both his eyes are like back to that baby blue that we all know.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it might be that. That's what I might be thinking. But also, I just want to check. Here we got a good friend of ours in the back of the chat. We got Wes in the building. How you doing, man?
Hey.
Even gents. So
hey, man, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Well, you drop a chat, I show up. I mean,
I appreciate it, man. But yeah, I just want to. We're breaking down the release of teaser for Thor: Love and Thunder. Have you had a chance to see the trailer?
I have. I think I've seen most of it.
Cool.
Honestly, I'm a little disappointed at this point. This is like the 3rd iteration of Thor pulling his head out of his ass.
Well, what makes you say that?
I mean,
I want to see him like on top of his game, doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Like, we've already seen his origin story enough times. Let him be on the top, making things happen.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're going to be showing his origin. I think that really was just like to see his journey up to this point, but I don't know if they're going to go the origin route, even though we saw a child, Thor, which again, I think is one of his Chris Hemsworth's kids that was actually that child running. I think it's more or less the theme that they're trying to get is like Thor doesn't know necessarily what he wants to be, because again, he's not king of Asgard right now. Valkyrie's taking that over. The other superheroes are busy with their own stuff right now. Even shown in the trailer, he isn't even like very well pleased when he's fighting alongside the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like he very much doesn't know where he is, and he somewhat feels like, well, maybe at this point, maybe it's just finally time I rest. Like, until of course the whole Gore the God Butcher stuff that happens in this movie pulls him back in, but it looks like he just wants to almost retire or find his sort of Thanos-esque, gazing on the beautiful sunset at the end of the journey kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Now I agree with that. Because like honestly, a lot of people are having mixed feelings about the trailer. So that's the thing. I'm glad that Wes came in and brought his perspective on it, because it's not like, oh, this is just in Marvel, so we must love it. Like, no, it's just like, hey, don't think just because you're Marvel that, hey, we should give a pass because of it might be consistent doesn't mean that, hey, we're gonna call it for what it is. I thought for what it was, for a trailer being released, the closest that ever a trailer been released for Marvel, I think, as far, because the trailer came out 2 months before its release in July, right? It's April.
That's the longest. That's the longest. Not even No Way Home waited that long for at least something.
Right. But also, I want to make sure we also got another friend in the back. We got Mr. Ronan Unchained. How you doing, man?
Yo, how you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
What's up, man?
Sorry about the echo. We moved right now, so.
No, it's all good.
That's all right.
Good.
This trailer, man. Whew.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. What were your thoughts on the trailer, man?
Well, first of all, this is the second trailer that I was like excited for, that it landed the minute I went to work. I'm like, oh, great, that's lovely and whatnot. But the first time I saw it, it didn't hit me the way it does now. I was like, okay, cool, until the last 10 seconds. That was just pure Metallica heavy metal stuff. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see how that plays out. But like people saying that there mixed feelings and whatnot. I am of the style that if it doesn't feel like the normal stuff that we've been getting, I'm for it. And I liked what Taika Waititi did with Thor Ragnarok. I didn't love it. Like people were clamoring about it. I didn't love it because I do like jokes and whatnot, but when it feels to me at least repetitive, I'm like, oh, okay, the poop joke, okay, come on now. But having said that, this is someone who went to see Jojo Rabbit and was crying throughout that movie, and I was like, all right, so he can get that personal high stakes level writing and drama that I felt in Jojo, and even to an extent with What We Do in the Shadows, the film, not the TV show. So I'm excited to see that. I was hoping, and I love Sweet Child of Mine. I like that song, but I was hoping for something more, I don't know, heavy metal, I guess, and whatnot. But I like that this one was like, this is the mindset that Thor will be going through in this movie, and about just no purpose, just what does he want to do. And then hopefully the next trailer is the one where it's like, Thunder, they play, Black Sabbath Thunder or whatnot. And I don't know, but I like the stuff. And I gotta admit that there was one shot that I found gorgeous, but I didn't realize it was straight out of a comic book page, which was the snowy one, which I'm like, damn, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. But I remember also seeing a tweet, somebody saying, this is beautiful and awesome that this movie's doing this, but please pay the artist who came up with this shot, give him some money, because this would not have happened without that comic book page. And yeah, man, I mean, it feels fresh. I haven't been too crazy with the films from the MCU that come out after Endgame personally, and this is a little hypocritical, but I'll say this. I think after Endgame, there should have been a few years where there's no movies. Just let that sink in. We said we concluded a chapter. Just wait a little bit, film-wise. But it's that's
avoiding oversaturation.
Exactly. Which again, I still like superhero movies, but some of them won't land like others will, and some will stand out more than others. And it's not the end of the world when they don't stand out. For somebody else, Black Widow and Shang-Chi were the best thing ever and awesome. I do not take anything away from them. To me, I liked them. I had fun, but funny enough, the one that made me go, whoa, was Eternals, which, that's a whole nother story of how that movie went out. But I like that there's still this freshness with this trailer. People might, like you said, get the fatigue and like the saturation feel, if you will. But if it delivers, cool. If it doesn't, there's still 3-4 more movies coming out within the next few years. So it's not the end. And I mean, I'll recommend this. Oh, that shot. Oh, Natalie Portman. And look at that arm. Yes. Oh, good for her that she put in the work. I was like, I said in a tweet, that shot made me want to run out of my work and go to the gym and do arm day. Just go full on and put.
Yeah, because I'm. This is my thing. I think she looks good in terms of like design. I know like she trained for Raw. I saw some behind the scene footage. It's just me. They're like they stole. I think they probably do it just for the teaser, but I think they probably did have a better shot of at least of her like full body. Instead of just kind of like in a shot where it's got. That's the only thing, and just because there's one comic book like image
where she's like, I think I know what you're talking about. Like, you want more of like, coming out of the sky, lightning, almost like emanating from her, kind of shots that she's had within the Mighty Thor run or whenever she would show up as Thor. I know what you're saying. They probably are saving that for like this second, like, the official trailer, like, something a lot more grandiose. This one is just more of like a surprise. Guess who's back and guess who's better than ever. And the next one will be like, more grandiose, like treat her like a goddess, basically.
Yeah, like this, like right here.
Yeah, like something like that.
Here.
Like they'll probably do something like that for the official trailer.
Sort of the way Thor appeared in Wakanda in Infinity War when he lands. You want that money shot moment. Yeah.
Right. I think we'll probably get it. I mean, and my thing for this is like, because there's also promotional art that came out, which I thought it was clever in terms of marketing that they did. If you follow Andy Park on social media, that they had the Thor Love and Thunder posters that she came out.
He's a great artist.
What they did
one for Thor Odinson at the beginning yesterday, and then today Natalie Portman released one with her on it. That kind of saying like, Thor, right here, the one and only, and her, not the one and only.
Yeah, man.
Right. So right here, let's see, right here. So you have this image right here on the left. This will say, Thor, and it says the one and only Thor, and then you have hers that came out today. It says the one is not the only Thor, Love and Thunder. I thought that was actually pretty cool because
I can't wait to get those posters, man. Those are
cool. Actually, I mean, because this goes back to just the film posters being predicted as art instead of just being Photoshop. That's just as a graphic designer. I mean, I get really annoyed with that. How they do some of that. Just clip, copy and paste and stuff, and just call it a day. But no, I like what they were doing here. But I'm gonna go on to the next topics here. Let's anybody watching, let me guys know your thoughts. Have you guys seen the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder? Knowing that the film will be releasing in 2 months and stuff. How you feel about this teaser? Were you underwhelmed? Were you underwhelmed, or were you just whelmed?
There's actually something I want to bring up though, that has to do with this trailer, but also with Groot, because Vin Diesel had actually brought up that there's something that might get introduced in this film in Thor: Love and Thunder that he's nicknamed Alpha Groot, because Groot has technically been growing a bit more and more since he became teenage Groot. You even notice in this trailer he's a lot more greener and a lot more fuller. I don't know what he means exactly by Alpha Groot. I don't expect Groot to like turn back to like full adult Groot that we saw him back in the first movie, but I feel like either something with Groot or with the hammer or with the handle of Stormbreaker, because again, remember that was part of Groot.
Yeah.
Some type of evolution is going to happen, either to Stormbreaker or to Groot right before he leaves, and we see him again in Volume 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy.
And I'll say this, because Jedi Mike touched on it on like graphic design. As more of these superhero movies come out, to me, more than just the movie, I appreciate even just stuff like the logo goes a long way for me, because I am a big poster collector, and I've always said it, that the Suicide Squad logo was like perfect. It feels like an 80s, 70s war movie logo, and I was like, I appreciated that effort into it. And even this one with the whole, blue, white, and red, like zooming in on the on a shot. I'm like, oh, the fact that was chosen and like coordinated, I appreciate that for this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, but guys, let me know what your thoughts on the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder, and we're gonna move to the next topic. So today, you guys been watching. There's a new show on Disney Plus from Marvel called Moon Knight, right?
Now, before we,
There it is.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Now, I know who that is. I actually just told him about it. That is the Egyptian. Well, we'll get to that though. But I know
before we get into that, so anybody's been watching, so we're on episode 4 on Moon Knight series with Oscar Isaac playing the title role of Mark Spector. Stephen Grant also made another personality we might get to soon. But yeah, this episode 4 has came out, and we'll have 2 more episodes left. Actually leading into Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. So we actually got next week and going to the following week leading up to the film. So props to you, Marvel. But this trailer, that's true. This episode took the whole series to a turn. And this is actually at the point where the press that watched the series before the series came out,
right?
They only given them 4 episodes, and this was the episode they left on. So
they don't know anything else going forward after this.
Right. So basically, give you kind of a quick rundown of everything, not kind of like recapping the whole episode. So at a point that Mark and I forgot the female's name.
Layla.
So they found the temple to find armament and stuff like that. And at this point, they found the guys. Was it Ethan Hawke? He basically found them, and he basically shot him right, point blank in broad daylight, right. And then all of a sudden he wakes up in a mental institution.
Yes.
Right. We're like, wait, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Find out that everything might be a dream and all this stuff. And all of a sudden he runs into his other self, seeing 2 Oscar Isaacs and stuff. Like, wait, what's going on? Right. And then you find out that maybe this might have been all an illusion, but hopefully with the props of filmmaking, you can tell that this actually might be an illusion, all in his head, whatever. And then all of a sudden we get into this character we see here at the end, which is one of the gods. I forgot her name, but yeah, I know.
Tawet, the Egyptian god of childbirth, I believe, who is usually seen in the underworld of Egypt, who is as from what I know, is one of the most friendliest ones. So I think Mark and Steven are going to be okay. But yeah, that just came out of nowhere. But
she
also
sounded friendly.
Yeah, but also begs the question of where exactly are they? Are they in the underworld? Was she also, stoned up like Khonshu was? Like, that's the questions. Where exactly are they, and how are they going to get Khonshu back, and a bunch of other questions. And also, you didn't mention it, but there was a third sarcophagus because he found Steven in the red one. But there was a third one. Most likely that third personality we haven't seen
might
yet.
be Jake.
Yep, might be Jake.
Or Scott.
Or
maybe. Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, what I love about this is that this whole mental institution thing is also something like just how we talked about stripped from the comics for Thor. This is also stripped from one of the runs of Moon Knight where someone makes him believe that all of his adventures as Moon Knight, everything that he went through and everything was all just an illusion, and all of his characters were just mental patients throughout this entire run until he's like, no, that wasn't all fake. It was all real. You're trying to mess with me.
Yeah, man, it was straight out of the cover art for one of those comics that he's in.
Where he's like in a straight jacket, but it's with Moon Knight. Yeah,
I love that it felt like the Mummy, at least because I grew up on the first Brendan Fraser Mummy, and I was like, this feels like she's like Rachel Weisz, and that's cool. And I gotta give props to her and the writing for when Arthur talks to her about her father's history and how he perished. I was expecting for cliche stuff like, no, you're lying. And she says, are you done now? So that's a little, I give a round of applause to the writers and her being like, she's had this feeling, this vibe of Mark not being 100% all the way with her. And I like that they just touched that in that one unique moment, and the fact that it felt like a mini horror movie. It felt like an adventure horror movie.
Blood, bro. There's blood.
There was
Yeah.
fresh blood. There was fresh blood on the table.
Yeah,
Man got his organs taken out.
and I gotta admit that I mean, I'll say this: the excuse my language, but the oh shit moment when he punches himself is one of the funniest things in the MCU. I loved it. I was like,
I mean, Mark said, keep your hands off my girl. He didn't listen.
yeah. And I gotta say that I think I get it. People have to market these shows and these movies, but the one shot of him smacking himself in the all white area, I figured that was gonna lead to this, which I'm like, oh, it would have been a cooler twist. But the Mark and Steven meeting and hugging, I did not expect that at all. So
I was
props on them.
that.
Yes,
Wes,
man,
wait,
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, Wes, what was your thoughts on the show? Maybe have you seen the episode?
Well, first of all, bravo to Disney for finally getting something truly right in Marvel. This is an amazing series. In 4 episodes, I've had one issue with a technical issue. It's where she throws the what do you call it? Flash thing, the flare. She throws the flare.
The flare.
Oh, into the whole ammo.
Bullets.
Yeah, into the ammo. That's the one thing I thought was a technical issue. Aside from that, everything else makes a lot of sense. All the plot flows really well, and it's very interesting. You want to understand what happens next. So they left us on a good cliffhanger there with the god coming out of nowhere saying hello. And then Oscar Isaac. This really demonstrates how amazing of an actor Oscar Isaac is, playing 2 completely different characters. I mean, have you ever seen Channing Tatum try to play different characters? He can't. Channing Tatum is always Channing Tatum.
No, he's right.
Oscar Isaac, but
Yeah.
and how he is able to argue with himself. That is just hilarious between Steven and Mark. And they have one of the best lines ever from all cinematic history. If you're not happy with the body count, I suggest you stop listening to that stupid pigeon. It's just the comedic timing is perfect. It's not a comedy series, but the comedic timing in here is perfect, where it gives you everything you're looking for in a series. So I'm very excited about this. I mean, they owe this to us after giving us Hawkeye.
Oh
boy!
Hey, you really did like Hawkeye.
To be fair to Channing Tatum, I liked him in Foxcatcher. He was really good in his performance in Foxcatcher. So I'm like, that's not Channing Tatum that I'm used to. But I talked to somebody who introduced me to Moon Knight, and he said it is weird how accurate the spirit of the books and how they write Mark, Steven, Jake is transitioning into the show. It is weird and bonkers. And to me, the only problem not major, but like a problem that stood out to me was last episode. The pacing felt weird. But other than that, I've been with it for 4 episodes.
Yeah, no, I really do. But yeah, guys, that's that what happened literally just today. I thought this is something I probably want to talk about here because this episode really blew everyone off the rails. It was like, wait, what? And some Moon Knight fans are actually very excited about it because depending on what time you came in watching Moon Knight, whatever, or reading Moon Knight comics, it's depending on what iteration of the character might be, and now like they're actually kind of combining different stages and of his best stories now, and so hopefully we only got 2 episodes left for the season, but I think Ronan, you gotta head out.
Yes, unfortunately, I have to head out. My schedule for the past few days have been bonkers, but I wanted to jump in and be like, let me see how my friends are doing and see what they think of these past few things. And it's, again, saturation, all that stuff might be a thing that is, plausible and is something that is fair critique of what's going on. But as long as you keep writing it good, keep acting it, filming it, directing it good, it could be forgiven. Great storytelling is nothing to refuse in any medium, whether it's CG or live action or animation onwards. So I commend that. Jenny Mike, thank you for letting me in. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
giving me my 2 cents. Jay King, Wes, it's cool chatting with you guys, and good luck
Yeah.
with the rest of the show.
Yeah, man.
All
Appreciate
right,
it,
man.
man. And make sure you guys subscribe to Run It Unchained on YouTube. Maybe we're trying to support everybody up in here. But yeah, thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
All right.
Cheers, man. Good
See
night.
you. Okay. Now I want to kind of get into a few little other topics before we get into the big one here. One, I'll just say this: anyone having heard about this? Uh, I mean, if you're old enough, there's a thing called Super Friends, and they had two characters in there, um, called the Wonder Twins. And apparently, they're getting a movie.
Oh,
And guess
right.
what? One step further, they're already cast. That's right. Wonder
Wait,
Twins
what?
is getting they're getting a film, I think, on HBO Max. Uh, and guess who cast? You know what? You know what they really need? They need talent. They need
Wait,
talent,
hold on.
right?
I knew the movie was happening. I mean, I knew this was happening, but I didn't know they cast him already.
They cast them. Guess who they cast them? Guess who cast? Just guess.
I literally can't guess. You just tell me.
Mm.
Well, that looks
Yeah.
useless.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
these were, if I remember the cartoon correctly, it was an older cartoon.
Uh-huh.
One had the power to change into like various like
Animals.
Animals, yeah.
And one of them can change any type of water, like gas, bucket of water.
Well, any type of like she got the animal, he got like the object. So say she would say like shape of form of a pale water, something like that.
that's a really dumb power. What are they gonna do with this one?
Well, who knows? Maybe he'll say form of a sword or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
gonna
and these are the two
say-
people they cast. I mean, listen, they got Riverdale KJ Apple from in 1883's Isabel May to star in the Wonder Twins film for HBO Max.
It's
If-
funny
yeah.
because I've known a lot of people have always wanted him to, well, potentially wanted him to play Wally West sometimes.
Yeah, he was perfect.
I
And
hope
now
he
he's a
trans-
Wonder
I-
Twin, so fuck that.
I hope somebody. I hope he changes into a bottle of Dasani, so they just dump him down the sink.
Oh,
Fuck Dasani.
That's
You ever had Dasani? It tastes like shit.
It does. It
a
does.
lot of chemicals. Yeah, it's a lot of chemicals. But yeah,
Ooh.
no, yeah, but yeah, no. Wonder Twins is actually getting a movie. I don't know why. Who asked for it? But like seriously, like and this goes into we're gonna go into another topic. We'll know with DC further, but like I'm like sitting up here like what the like. Like, I mean,
Like any character. Like I can name a few characters, even ones people haven't heard of really from DC. Like you ever heard of Sideways? He would probably do good with a series, but the Wonder Twins, I'm not sure.
how about give me a Superman sequel? No,
God.
like yeah, or something like that. Give me a efficient, DC universe where you have good character development for your stories. Yeah, and yeah. I don't know. I don't want to talk more about this. I really don't.
That's a fantasy, not a reality at this point.
Yeah, I really don't want to talk more about this because this actually makes me upset more. Like I don't know why. I did not expect this for me to get angry like this, but it's just like I really want to move on now. I'm looking at this and I'm just like,
Form of hell no.
DC has never had control over their product. Never. That's why it's all over the place. Everyone's making their own versions of it. And the most annoying thing is every once in a while they have a true hit. And their response to that is, well, let's throw some random bullshit at them now. Let's
Well, I
not
mean,
continue with the hit. Let's just throw some other stuff out, like Wonder Twins. Because
I
like you
mean-
guys said, we want another Superman movie.
Well, I mean, as you said, like, every now and then they do have a hit. And there are some characters, sometimes even ones that people have never heard of, that might do well on either the big or small screen. It just takes knowing
which characters need to be taken. Like for instance, you never know. People might want a story about the Wildstorm characters that DC has. You never know. I mean, they're somewhat popular esque. You never know. There are a lot of characters that they could choose. I mean, heck, you just never know. People might want a story about Lobo for all you know. Maybe a Lobo movie or a TV show could be good. But again, it just takes knowing which characters you do, because there are some that are obscure that can work, but there are some that are obscure, but they're just in the realm of, but why though?
Well, that goes to my next point. Go to the big topic here, because Warner Brothers, if you guys have known,
Oh
have
yeah.
been recently bought by Discovery, and they have now actively talking about overhauling the entire DC entertainment, and this actually can change everything and maybe be the answer to our problems that we've been talking about, right?
Hmm.
This goes to one of the reports here by Variety. I'm gonna be reading it right now. Give me 1 second. But yeah, because this is one thing we always complain about with DC is discombobulated. We don't have a plan at all. And but now, unfortunately for us, it looks like that might change in the near future. So this is coming from a report from Variety right here. I'm reading it right now. Um, and basically is saying that the new owners of all things Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and are exploring an overhaul of DC entertainment. Multiple sources close to the situation told Variety. It's been less than a week since Discovery closed its $43 billion dollar deal for Warner Media, joining one of the largest producers of reality programming with one of the most vulnerable entertainment brands under the new moniker of Warner Brothers Discovery. David Zaslav, who I think is actually going to probably be the new messiah over at Warner Brothers and hopefully for DC Universe, is the CEO of the combined companies, and it's
He's
the
about to
top
be their Feige.
right, potentially. But it'd be the top leadership have been toying with the idea of turning the DC universe into its own solidified content vertical that the sources said. This means, and then I want to clarify with this because many people are having confusion about this. So this means that as you guys are talking about, we have our own thing with Warner Brothers. Uh, uh, that we have our own thing with Warner Brothers, basically, where no, not Warner Brothers, with Disney, where Marvel Studios is its own studios. Yes, it's owned by Disney, but they have their own company, a parent, and their own film studio, right? Because before, if you guys remember, back in the first time they had Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, they had some this situation with Paramount, and they weren't really
Hmm.
affiliated as their own company. But now this is going to change, where DC will become now their own film studio, and this can change everything. I'm a
Yeah.
home one
So
second. I'm actually gonna bring
no more. So no more of the bullshit of WB now. Hopefully.
yeah, hold on
Hopefully.
one second. I got a good
Hopefully.
friend in my back, Marcus in here. How you doing, man?
What's up, guys? I'm sorry for being late.
No, man,
It's
it's
all
all
right,
good.
man.
It's all good. I'm gonna go continue reading the article here because this is actually and we're gonna talk about this because this is gonna change everything. So right here, I'm saying make sure. So yeah, said the move would potentially affect DC feature film development in the Warner Brothers Pictures group, streaming series as Warner Brothers Television, and the creative arms within the DC property, all in an effort to have the disparate elements more closely aligned in order to maximize the value of the superhero stable, one often seen as a punching up against Marvel Studios, right? So before this merger closed, Zaslav, who's the CEO of the combined companies, vetted the candidates with the experience in creating a nurturing blockbuster intellectual property with a goal of potentially finding someone to serve as a creative and strategic scar similar to what Marvel Studios has with Kevin Feige. So I guess again, I'm gonna repeat that again. They're currently right now vetting potential candidates to be stepping into the role of Warner Brothers and new parent company to be in a role similar to Kevin Feige at Marvel Studios, right? So one of these candidates include Emma Watts, a former top film exec at 20th Century Studios and Paramount, but it does not appear that Watts will take the job. One insider suggests that Saslav was less interested in more finding a creative guru, and more eager to hire someone who had the type of business background needed to keep all the different factions at DC working more harmoniously. So this is again, I gotta said that this is actually crucial to what they're doing over at terms of Warner Brothers in the DC universe, right? because and many times we complain it's all discombobulated and everything. They want to find someone that can bring that synergy over to the DC universe, or hopefully different film properties or different series that they have on HBO Max, etc. So all the stuff that we talking about with CW got here, they're doing stuff with HBO Max and this kind of not connected. Oh, we have Batman, but it's not connected to overall Flash. We'll talk about that. But yeah, but yeah, guys, this more article, but this has actually changed a lot. And this is what also goes into support here. I'm gonna go into this last paragraph, and then we're gonna get to you guys with your thoughts about it. Right here. Says insiders that Sasklaff believes that the success of this merger, one that has left the company highly leveraged, will rest in no small part on unlocking the full potential of the DC comic universe of characters. Discovery insiders believe that although DC has achieved a cinematic success with recent films such as Aquaman and the Batman, it lacks a coherent and creative and brand strategy. Discovery believes that several top shelves characters such as Superman. I want you. Watch this line. It said, Discovery believed that several top shelf characters such as Superman has been left to the language and needs to be revitalized. Right. They also believe that the project, like Todd Phillips' Joker, are a shining example of how second built characters from the DC library can and should be exploited. Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn is another example. But this is what they said, that DC has started to figure out ways for its big screen films to inspire more streaming content. Recent examples like HBO Max's Peacemaker, which is a spinoff of Suicide Squad, as well as an upcoming plan for Colin Firth of the Penguin and Gotham City's Police Force, a streaming service for HBO Max, which is also a spinoff of the film The Batman. And this is basically what they were talking about here. I think that was very crucial in terms of what they're saying here is that, hey, but they're calling out the bullshit, right? Saying that all this stuff about us complaining about, hey, you guys have no gems here, and we need to capitalize on it, and we need to be all one big happy family, right? So I think this was a breath of fresh air. I know more news will be coming out in the coming months and stuff. And obviously in the next topic we're going to get into here in a second. That they're gonna have a lot of issues in their hand. Cause I said the DC universe, no pun intended, is about to change, forever, right? And they're currently going under crisis, right? Infinite, one after another, and another, and another, right? And now we need either a flashpoint or something,
a
right?
final crisis of
It's
all.
crisis time, right? And honestly, the DC universe is about to change. So, guys,
Screw those confusing bastards. They're
Right.
confusing bastards.
So I gotta say, I know, Wes, you probably what's your thoughts on in terms of this new direction for DC Universe now that they've been acquired by Discovery?
Oh, I'm really happy about it since they seem to get it. They realize everything needs to be together. Everything needs to like flow and make sense. Like finally, none of this nonsense that they've been torturing us with for about a decade now. You know, well, I lost my train of thought. Let's go to the next guy.
Okay,
I'm
Marcus,
just.
what's your thoughts?
I came in late.
Anything?
I'll go for it, miss.
Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
They need to get when they choose the person to take control. Anything other than Zack Snyder is the wrong decision.
Facts.
Give the whole thing to Zack Snyder. We're all going to be happy.
Yep.
Agreed.
Marcus, what are your thoughts?
As far as what you just read to me right now.
Yeah. Now that Warner Brothers has been acquired by Discovery and the CEO Sasklaff, he's talking about how he wants to move the direction of DC Universe and prioritize it, becoming more of creative content and actually being similar to Marvel Studios as being their own studio for the intellectual property, and also capitalizing on the storylines that actually are working and becoming more of a coherent universe, hence basically fixing the problems that we've been complaining about.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys just said it right now, and what it was read in detail, like all these minor characters that are somehow getting shows, that these second-tier characters and villains that are getting these deals. It makes no sense because you have to start off with the basis, the main people, which is the main heroes. We haven't even got a Black Green Lantern. I'm waiting for Jon Stewart and Kyle Rayner from the Green Lantern Corps. We haven't got them.
Sure.
What about Static Shock or Black Lightning? from a DC movie universe. What about them? Huh? We can't even get Dr. Fate. Instead, we got to plaster in The Rock in the Black Adam. The disgrace. The disgrace. We can't even get none of those. Swamp Thing? Swamp Thing I was actually looking forward to, but they actually did that atrocity that was basically a tree bush on fire. What was that? What was that? Blue Beetle? Blue Beetle? What is happening with Blue Beetle?
Hispanic
They're
character.
they're working up Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, and they're gonna cast that Cobra Kai guy. Him. I could have thought of somebody else better than him. Disgrace.
Yeah, J King.
Give me a vote. I think I mean, as I said it before when we talked about the whole Wonder Twins thing, as I said, like some obscure things can work if they A, have a good, production team behind them, and B, could work in the long run. But some obscure things don't need to happen. And I think that with this new overhaul and with this new direction and someone working to make everything make sense in terms of a universe and in terms of the films that they do, making things make sense from again the beginning up to whatever future they could have for like the next 20 or so years is good. It's why Marvel worked. Like DC has been trying to figure out why Marvel worked for like a long time. They think, oh, it's the big bombastic, team ups. No, it's because they made a cohesive story that made sense, putting in these stories that make sense as a narrative or at least make sense within their universe. And so now you got someone that'll structure it in a way that it will make sense. Again, we won't be scratching our heads like, wait, what? Because again, some films and characters that maybe not a lot of people have heard of could work, but not everything does. And even the main guys, as said, Man of Steel was like the last primary Superman's film. We've had animated Superman films. We've had Superman and Lois, of course. But again, we can't even have a primary Superman film without tying him into other stuff. We were supposed to get Man of Steel too, and then they made that thing Batman v Superman, and we know how that whole thing went because they wanted to catch up to Marvel's success so badly. It's like you have to have someone who will structure like, okay, we're not making any changes unless it's necessary. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, be it Hal or John Stewart, or Martian Manhunter. Get these guys, make sure the audience knows who they are, so that way they give a damn. And then you build up the universe with more and more characters like the Bat family, like Superman's other, extended family, like Supergirl and Krypto and all that. Like you make this stuff matter. You make this stuff make sense and not feel like it just randomly came out of nowhere. I think this is going to be good because they'll take the time, plan it out, plan what makes sense, and not do what doesn't make sense. Again, some of the stuff we've gotten in the last decade hasn't been bad, but a lot of it has just been very confusing. And I think it's time we separate from the confusing era and enter an infinite frontier of good possibilities at this point.
Yeah. No, I agree. No, I agree with that. Because not only because with this, I'm actually this is a breath of fresh air, but like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. At this point, I do believe in terms of them obviously having a plan and hopefully being acquired over and over again. First, they're acquired by AT&T. Now they're acquired by Discovery and stuff. And I'm like, what's next? We're gonna get the mouse in this bitch, and now
I only need one more.
yeah, we only need one more, right? Right.
I got all of them now.
Right. So, but also this goes into the next topic here, which we have to talk about this issue because not only the things we know we have, DC Universe is about to change, and one person who has the ability to change it, he's like, you know what? Fuck, this movie keeping delayed. I'm gonna change DC Universe now.
Hold on,
Fuck
but
it.
before you exactly say that, I need to do this. You see this hat? You see this hat?
In the trash it goes.
No, not in the trash. Not in the trash.
You gonna light it on fire?
You want to fight?
And he has a Spider-Man shirt on.
Don't comment on that.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Alternate universe Miles Morales.
Marvel wins.
Right. Yeah, guys. This is not good. Ezra Miller, Stop.
He got arrested again? He just got out of jail.
You mean again?
Listen,
Again?
yes.
Just
again,
last week's
again.
story or today's
Yes.
No,
story?
no,
This is
no,
something-
no,
this is
no,
new.
no,
This
no,
is
no,
new.
no, my friend.
This is new.
Yes, that's right. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Stop it.
So
Get some help.
guys, I'm gonna pull up the article right now from the New York Times. No subscription. And stop these ads.
You
Yes.
sure you're not confusing this article isn't confusing the first time with this?
No.
No. This is new.
Ezra Miller,
This is
the
new.
Flash actor, arrested in assault charge in Hawaii. Right. Again. So Ezra Miller, who played the Flash,
April 19th. This was yesterday.
This is published 19th. This is the 19th. This is yesterday.
This is yesterday.
Yesterday. Ezra Miller, who had played the Flash, superhero The Flash, in several movies, television series, and facing assault charge in Hawaii after being accused of hurling a chair. Miller was at the gathering at a private residence on the Big Island of Hawaii. Right, according to the
This guy need
police,
to get off
29-year-old
Hawaii right
actor
now.
became irate after being asked to leave. The police said, and then was then said to have thrown a chair and struck a 26-year-old woman on the forehead, causing a half-inch cut. Right?
Stop it. Get some help.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes, guys, this is bad. So yeah, this is going on right here. Let me get. Sorry. Here. Let me get the ankles. There we go. But yeah, the woman refused treatment. The police said Miller was arrested at 1:30 a.m. Tuesday after a truck stop. The police said, and later released pending further investigation. Now, this is the problem, right? They released him as said pending further investigation. That arrest was the second on Hawaii in the less than a month for Miller, who is known for roles in superhero movies and Harry Potter spinoff, and for wearing surreal.
Read it, because I can't see it. Read it for me in the panel in the chat. Read it.
I'll read it. I'm gonna put these on though. Surrealist gender bending outfits on the red carpet.
Yeah. I'm gonna go into the story, but before I do, I want to give Wes his final words about this issue. Then you know you're gonna dip off, but yeah.
Hey, gents, thanks for having me on here, but it's getting a little late for me. Really love the conversations with you guys. We need to have more of this going around because it's just escapism. Back to just talking about fun things. So to recap, Moon Knight is freaking awesome. I'm not happy with the new Thor, but we'll see when it comes out. And let's hope DC finally does something right now that Discovery's in charge.
By the way, when y'all saw the Thor trailer, I felt some gayness in that movie.
Wait, hold on. Stop. All right, hold on. That's after hours. But Wes, before you leave, I just want to give your thoughts on this particular issue with Ezra Miller.
Look,
don't do crack, kids.
Yeah, don't do crack. Look, in any other work scenario, when somebody is causing a lot of problems, you get rid of them. Actors get way too much leeway in some of their antics that they play. Get rid of this guy and never talk to him again. He's a horrible example for causing all kinds of problems. He needs help. That's what he needs. Let him go out and get help because this is not a new thing with him. This dude's been unstable for a while. And part of the rebranding would be, hey, new DC, new Flash.
Get a Flash that doesn't look like a teenage bum.
Yeah, man. But Wes, I appreciate you, man, for support for the show, man. But hope you have a good rest of your night, man.
All right.
Peace, Wes.
Peace. But yeah,
So
Marcus,
what were you saying about the Thor trailer again?
Oh no.
No.
Later.
Backstage.
This issue. We're almost done. Let me get to after hours and we can talk about whatever. But for this, Marcus, what are your thoughts on this, man?
I can't believe he did this shit again. I'm getting tired of seeing this kind of stuff when they have these opportunities that people wish they could have these kind of roles. I've been waiting for a Flash. he looked like he could have been a decent Flash in that Zack Snyder's version of the Justice League. I thought he was great in that one. I honestly thought he was great in that one. But then he goes and does this. He actually becomes a partier. He actually becomes somebody to socialize with in a public bar or a club or red carpet. I'm not even going to read that last sentence about the whole pseudo gender apparel, whatever he wears. I don't care about that. Well, why you gotta do this? Like, why don't us fans deserve something by now? Don't we deserve an actual, true, like, proper film of the Flash? Like, don't we deserve that? We haven't even got the Flash in his own standalone movie.
And by the way, let me emphasize this: when the Flash movie was announced, it was announced on the second episode, right after Flash season 1, and now we're not gonna get this movie until Flash's 9th season.
Are you serious? So back in 2014.
So it was announced that he's getting his movie, and it's in the second episode of when the second episode of Flash season 1 was dropped, right? And that was back in 2014, about around 2014. And now we're not going to give him his movie until Flash's 9th season.
And when is that?
Well, they're ending season 8 right now. Season 9 will probably be starting in the fall. But yeah,
so holidays basically.
Either fall or beginning of next year.
Well, that's it, folks. We throw in the towel. I give up.
Yeah. J. King?
I have to agree with Marcus when I say that, again, we deserve someone who will take the role that they're given and not do some bullshit like this. All right, The Flash, and I saw someone comment about this yesterday, being like, it's just sad thinking about it because, again, this character, honestly, in a way, is almost kind of like an underdog, kind of like how Spider-Man is an underdog in Marvel. The Flash is an underdog for DC, whether it's Barry, Wally, Jay. I like even reading current runs right now, he feels like the underdog. He feels like the guy anyone would like to be around. And again, a Flash movie could work. No matter how complicated or simplistic the storyline could be, it could work. But the problem is either, again, behind the scenes stuff or people not really taking their roles and actually, respecting it. Ezra, I was always a little in the middle when it came to his Flash. We didn't get a lot of him in BBS, just little teases. The 2017 Whedon cuts I did not like really. Zack Snyder's Justice League, I say, was probably the one I liked the most of him, but there were still little iffy areas, but I definitely do think that he had a lot of good moments in that movie that made me want to see the Flash movie a lot more. And now we can't even get to that because of this. Now, the question obviously becomes, what happens now with this? With also the stuff with Discovery, what I think should be done is let the movie happen. Let it happen. But after that, once Discovery and, the new direction for DC happens, kick this man to the curb. He's done with the Flash after this movie. If y'all want to add in that Barry Allen gets killed in the movie and y'all replace him with Wally West or something like that, I'm perfectly fine with that. It's just that his time as the Scarlet Speedster has come to an end. He's reached his finish line, indefinitely. It's time for him to hang up his boots and not put them on. And Ezra, in all honesty, I tried giving people the benefit of the doubt, but as I said last time we talked about this, I can't. He needs rehab. He needs help. He needs to stay away from alcohol, get rehab, come back, and hopefully be a better person at that point. He needs a moment to just not worry about a film and instead take care of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask something real quick?
That's what I
Go
do.
ahead.
Yeah.
If you can look up the picture of when he was first casted as the Flash, he was all happy in a red jacket because he was symbolizing the red, right, for Flash, right?
Yeah, he was
a red leather jacket he was wearing. He was all cool. He was getting in shape, and I was looking so forward to it because you know what, this guy, even though I've seen some of his filmography and he doesn't look the most masculine, I was like, wow, actually I can see the potential in him playing the Flash. Even though we know Flash is usually a ginger redhead. From what I remember in the comics and the cartoons.
Well, that's Wally, who's usually the ginger redhead, and Barry, that's the blonde.
Right.
Dear God.
No, what are you doing? What is this? Is this Beetlejuice?
Why?
No, no, no. But you know,
Take
like
that off screen, please.
but there's one where he's like, it's back like in 2016 or something like that.
Yeah,
When
I know you're talking about.
yeah,
Take
but he's
that.
like he's just
He
all
looks like
happy,
a
like
yeah.
yeah, he just looks confident. He just looks like ecstatic, like
Uh-huh.
that one,
Like,
that one,
I remember his behind the scenes,
the
like
third
on
one.
BVS.
Click on the
Yeah,
third picture.
yeah. I remember his behind the scenes on BVS. He was so ecstatic, like talking about like how the Speed Force worked and everything. Like he was so excited and happy to be cast as the
That
Flash.
looks like a potential Flash right there.
Right? Like he was
I don't
so
know that last picture you showed
so
me.
eager.
That's him
That
now.
last
That's
picture you
him.
showed me was like the Breakfast Club with emo version.
No,
That's
he looked
him.
like
That's him recent though. That's
he looked like a humanoid version of a droid you could see on Star Wars.
Whatever.
but like this is
I'm
like
confused.
yeah. I don't know what changed. I don't know.
He let the fame get to him. He let
It's
privilege get to him. I don't know.
it's kind of like Ludi Lin in 2017 Power Rangers as compared to 2021 Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. You see the picture difference?
I know what
Oh
you're
my
talking
God!
about. Yeah.
What happened?
Yes.
What happened? He got dropped in a vat of acid. What happened? I was like, what? Why couldn't Ludi Lin just keep his face? He had a massive jawline, like a rock could break if he hit the rock against his jawline. Like, what happened?
Hey, update. Good to see you. But yeah, no, I honestly though, I think that with him, I feel this breaks my heart because I actually want to get into a deeper conversation about this. It's like, cause at this point, this isn't funny anymore, right? I was watching John Campia today about this. He's like, it gets to a point where it's like, oh, we all laugh because everybody on the stream, everybody watching, whatever, we all have done something that we probably regretted and not been our best light, whether that involves with alcohol, whether that involves with other stuff, where we're not been our best light under the influence,
Women.
or just done something
Yeah,
stupid,
yeah.
whatever.
We've all had a moment where we wish we could just undo that, but we
But
can't.
it gets to but it gets to a point like now we're in a point where Ezra Miller as an actor is like, we have this is not the first time we had the guy from the Internals get arrested, right? We have Will Smith. Hey, he got
Oh, that's
slapped.
right.
You got
Yeah,
yes.
he also, but I don't think it's gonna be severe as Ezra, but he also got arrested. Yeah.
But still, not only that, it's just a consistent pattern behavior. You have Will Smith walk onto the stage, slap Chris Rock. All right, oh, your deal's Netflix. Bye bye, whatever. Hey, you're not coming to the Oscars in 10 years. And you have tweets of actors or something from past. Okay, you're removed from this film. Hey, you have some allegation may or may not be true. Guess what? We're replacing all your scenes, Kevin Spacey. We're taking you out, or trying to sneak in this release of Death in the Nile, Army Hammer, and we're not going to talk about and we're not going to have you in the press tour. Hey, we got Fantastic Beasts. You won't be there, Ezra Miller. That's enough for you, but you still be in the film. You still get the royalties and residuals of the film and properties in the box office.
What
right?
about Amber Heard? Amber Heard lying about Johnny Depp.
I was just about to say Amber Heard.
Shout out to Johnny Depp because hey,
Man,
freaking Pirates of
by
the
the
Caribbean
way,
tried to do him dirt.
yo, you watching, guys? Are you watching the trial? It's live. It's live.
Mhm.
Right
I
this
heard.
morning.
I hear she's losing bad. I hear
Oh,
she's
see,
just being
no,
destroyed.
listen, I am praying. I am praying. Listen, this is what, because I don't mean anything to violence anybody or anything like that. But this is my thing. I am I'm praying that hopefully that when this court case comes out, I know we're talking about Ezra Miller, but I'm just on this is running back to him. But with this court case with Johnny Depp, I hope is actually a turning point for a movement for a promotion of awareness for domestic violence against between men and women, right? Because when you start taking this away from being a woman issue to a people issue, you actually will kill two birds with one stone, and we actually can address more of actually the realization happening in the domestic violent cases. We're not saying that women are not in the cases where they're being the victims of domestic violence. They are absolutely are. Hell, my own mother was a victim of domestic violence, right? So don't think I'm not taking this issue seriously. But one thing that we see in this space is a lack of accountability. We see a lack of accountability of talking about us as being people, grace loving people, how we have promote efficient and effective relationships, but also having improving the dynamics between men and women. But only for us to have that, we also have created this nature where one of terms of us, we lack accountability, we have a sense of entitlement and also no remorse and no a sense of like, hey, you know what, my actions actually have consequences regardless of gender, right? So I hopefully that with this situation we have here, because this is what happened. Johnny Depp lost his film. He was supposed to be in the new Fantastic Beasts. He got replaced by Max Mikkelsen, right? But yeah, this woman can go up here and have her film Aquaman 2 coming out, which now been delayed, but still, whatever. And now, but the fact that that court case got passed in London or England, whatever, but now we still have the American trial, and that looks like it's not in her favor. I want y'all to look at the picture that happened today of his finger fucking gouged out, this morning. It was horrific, man. And he had to lie to when he got went to this to the doctor to get like surgery about it. He's like, what happened? Oh yeah, something closed the door. I hit my hand, whatever. The surgeon looked at him like, you lie. You're lying to me. And he had to lie because of protection. Feel like us as men, we can't come up and express that we have been victims of domestic violence too, right? And I want as us as a people to make this not just a woman issue, but a people issue, right? Domestic violence does not discriminate, right, between men or women.
Equal
right?
opportunity.
Right. And I hope, and I hope, I just hope, unfortunately, that we have people, especially also in our community, the black community, we have our issue with domestic violence too. But like, regardless, just like I want this to actually make, not try to make this one sided. Even with the Me Too movement, with situation with sexual assaults, also, not only to women, but also the young boys as well, right? That are not able to come up about this. I want this to happen in a situation that hopefully with this case, that it can be a turning point and maybe bring a revelation that us as men we can be more forthcoming of our stories, right? Because Johnny Depp is not the only one. He isn't the first, and he won't be the last, right? But going back to the Ezra Miller situation, this what I'm saying is not funny anymore. I'm sending this video out to people who love Ezra Miller. Where are you at? Are you actually put in situations where you protecting your friend? Right? I understand all of us been in situations, but I'm been blessed that I had folks at that time who was with me, that helped me get out of those situations or were there for me. But I'm asking people in Ezra Miller's corner, what are you doing to protecting him? I understand he's an adult, but when you know and you're seeing your person that you care about getting himself in a situation where they're not making the best and wise decisions, are you trying to be a positive force and influence him or trying to intervene? Right, to the point that you don't have to get to a situation where he's throwing objects at a woman, creating like a inch cut in the person, right? Harming, you actually legit harming people. Ain't no allegation. This is a report. This ain't no allegation. This is an allegation. This is actual reports. Have been arrested multiple times, right? And not only that, that we have a film that's been delayed over a year. We were supposed to get this film in November. Now we're not gonna get this film in June, July. At this point, I'm sorry, Warner Brothers. The fact that you fired a dude on the TV show The Flash for some quote unquote offensive tweets, whatever, right? But yet Warner Brothers
like
make no comment
so
on his
long
behavior.
ago.
And yet
Those tweets
you
were-
can have
those
Candace
tweets were
Patton make
so
some
long ago.
offensive tweets about the Alphabet Crew, but yeah, she can still be on there, and be the lightning rod of the CW. Fuck out of here, right?
Fuck out of here.
Right? I'm sick of this because this is not right. We're talking about accountability as a studio, right? We've seen more severe actions on other things. Will Smith shouldn't have been banned for 10 years.
Right?
Maybe
He should
5.
have been banned for 10 years. But guess
Maybe
what?
5, but not 10.
But the Academy, I'm not saying he shouldn't have any some consequences. But 10 years, yeah, they made an example out of him. But yeah, Warner Brothers, you have multiple $1 million or $1 billion properties, IP, the DC universe, the world of Harry Potter, right? And now it's being tarnished because now you have an actor that you're not holding them accountability, right? So my question is to you, Warner Brothers. Now you owned by Discovery, to Zaslav, which I don't think he's gonna let this shit slide, right? Now, hopefully, as the entertainment industry, these are people too. But you being part, might be having extra zeros in terms of your bank statements, did not turn you away from also be accountable for your actions. Right. So yeah, I hope this for Ezra Miller. Hope he gets the help he needs. I'm not wishing this dude to be canceled, but this is point. At this point, he's basically digging himself his own grave. Guess what's and this is even gonna get worse too. At what point is that does something happen? It gets worse. This man can end up in a ditch somewhere. If he's not, someone can intervene and help him. Right, but the director he's going like this.
And you know what's the crazy thing? You know what's the crazy thing is that after yesterday, after the report that happened, I told him about this before we started this whole thing tonight. Is that I literally saw a video where you see someone showing a video of him, like, the whole report coming up, and then the dude turned over, and in the park is Ezra talking to some women.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, say that again.
Literally, like today, one day after the whole thing that happened with him yesterday with the chair, someone saw the news report on TV, like on a TV in a nearby, like, I don't know what was it, but maybe a cafe or something like that. And then they turned. This was literally today. And then they turned. And next to them was like a park. And Ezra is sitting right there talking to some women who are smoking, I think.
Yeah, well.
Literally after what happened.
I mean, at this point, he just, obviously I know people who have maybe had issues with either mental illness or substance abuse. Maybe it's serious. It can either hurt you in the long run, or something can happen where you just end your life like that. And a snap of the finger. So, I just hopefully he has people close to him, whether they're family or friends, that can actually care about him, that aren't just like these so-called quote unquote fans. Because people can be with us in the good moments, the high moments, but the people that are with us through the tough times, those are the real people that care about us. The ones that they were through the thick and thin.
Right. And I'm only pressing this like the severity of this situation because I've been there. Right. I've been there.
Same here.
Yeah.
I've been there in situations like where it's like, not saying you've been in a state where, for me it was mental illness, right? Where your actions are now affecting other people, right? But also you don't like, in terms of the environment that you're putting yourself into, right? Not understanding having lack of self-awareness, in terms of the actions that you're causing, and also what those actions are affecting other people around you, the people that you love, right? And that's why I'm trying to give him enough grace for this person. But my thing is that you get to a point when you have police, getting involved with this. The fact that you are an actor where now other people's jobs are depending on you, right? You're the lead role of The Flash that got delayed, right? And it's not like you're playing one character in the scene. You're playing different versions of yourself. There's two versions of Ezra Miller in the Flash, right? So now they have to reshoot this film. They can't have him in the press tour. They can't.
Basically drunk Flash and sober Flash.
Right. So it's like now you basically got to reshoot yeah, right. Exactly. You got to reshoot it, and it costs millions. The Flash is done shooting. It's done. It's done. Right? And now you got to redo the whole fucking movie.
They might end up deep faking him for all we know.
At this point, you have Michael Keaton coming back from her fucking retirement as Batman for this shit. Right? And now we don't even know what's going on in the DC universe.
Got Michael Keaton coming back. Got the new Supergirl.
You think?
You think Ben Affleck for his last time also?
Oh, by the way,
go for it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm getting off.
No, you're good, man. It's your show, man. It's your show. I was just gonna say, had Ezra Miller signed on for a multi-picture deal, or
yes,
was it gonna end here with Flashpoint?
Yes.
No, he has signed multiple deals.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Harry Potter. They weren't just done with 3. Like,
so why be on a drinking binge?
Ask him. I have no idea.
Ezra, why are you drinking, bro?
I can't answer that. But my thing is this too, is that what point is it going to stop? But it's just like, I don't know where they go from here. Right? And And my thing about this is that now, you have characters like the Flash. They can't release this movie at this point. I don't see them how they can release this film. Yes, we have a year until this movie come out, but at this point, Warner Brothers not addressing this. This happened yesterday. We talked about this
Wait,
last
we
week.
have to wait a year to the next Flash?
It
Yeah, it
got
was supposed to come
delayed.
out. It was supposed to come out this year. Then they delayed it, along with a few others.
Yeah, Black
See,
Adam's supposed to come out this year, but it's gonna
And
come out.
and Shazam! Fury of the Gods got moved to this year, but the rest of them got pushed
Stupid.
to.
this is the shit which I shall not put up with. This is the shit which I shall not put up with anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but y'all, like I said, I'm pissed off with this because this breaks my heart. I'm like saying, I've been there. Like you feel like everything's your fault, man. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this. I saw a film, this past week. It's called Everywhere and Everything All at Once. Um, and that film made me cry. Because it was a multiversal movie about centered around an Asian family, right? You had the dude from freaking Indiana Jones, the Asian kid, all grown up and stuff. Um, and he was amazing in this film. Um, but the whole purpose of this film was more like talking about life. Is like you might feel like things life might not go your way, whatever. You might have these expectations and stuff, but at the end of the day, you realize sometimes all your stuff in life is crashing down, and you feel like everything's your fault. But the only way to keep moving forward is just be kind, right? And that was one of the characters, the dude from Indiana Jones. I forgot his name, but the actor, um, yeah, because he plays the father in this film, and like the mom is always stressed out and stuff. The daughter is always angry at her mom for not understanding her. And the dad is like the more naive, like, oh, everything's gonna be okay and positive, right? And the mom kind of feel like resenting him, like, why are you so positive about all this stuff, right? And while knowing that it's hard, like he's experiencing life just as hard as she is, but things no way to keep him going. It just enjoy the little things and be kind, right? You know, and I just felt that to me, that was just kind of just a testament of just life with people, like, and even like look at in this space, like this last past week, I'm going after hours now. Um, this past week was a lot for me, right? It was rough. I also had to move the show for a couple of days and stuff like that because there's a lot of things that were happening that were out of my control that really pissed me off, right? That put me right, and not saying a state of depression, but like it basically it affected me. Like for example, like I'll tell you guys right here. So there's a situation where I won't be graduating. This next month or and in the situation because of that, not because I'm failing a class, not because it's because of a technical issue, because for something that had nothing to do with me, right? There was a hold on my account for some reason for these immunization records that every 10 years you gotta get like this Tdap vaccination, right? Mine expired, but it put a hold on my account when they said it didn't need to, and because of that, I couldn't register for a class that I had to get into the summer just to complete my degree, right? And this is just like an extra elective I gotta take, whatever, right? And because I had to get weeks for this to get situated, right? Now I finally got it situated. The class I need to get into, I can't get into in the summer, so I have to take it in the fall. And for me to take in the fall, I can't walk on stage in May next month, right? Even though the whole situation had nothing to do with me, it wasn't my fault, right? So I was pissed. I got the graduation like cap and gown, I got the fitting, all this stuff like that, the chorus and stuff, and I was pissed. My girl, like, she was she was really upset for me and stuff, and I was like, my mindset was like in a very very low place, because everyone in the space, in the YouTube space, know, hey, Jedi Mike, he's graduating next month. He's graduating, right? And then I had this situation happen this week, and I was like in a low space where I didn't want to get, didn't want to go in bed. I didn't want to get out of bed and stuff. Didn't want to contact nobody and stuff. I wasn't, taking care of myself. But I got out today, the other day, and stuff like that, and I just keep moving forward. Because like I can't just like dwell in that space. 'Cause I've been in a time like long ago where like I was in a very, very dark space and stuff, and I know like I can't go back there, and I refuse to. And I think people know, anybody watching that, you've been talking to me in the back end and stuff, been helping me through this and stuff. But yeah, for Ezra, I know like you're not alone in saying that whatever you're feeling, like you have these outbursts and stuff like that. I know you just need help. Cause we all been like, I don't care anybody if you think you like, oh, how can somebody do this? We all have our worst moments, but at the same time, he still need to be accountable for his actions. And I'm more promoting to get help, not just being ignorant. You're a guy, you're an actor, you probably have millions of dollars and stuff, and it would be stupid when you're not utilizing the resources that you might have, right? I understand celebrity life might be hard, XYZ, we understand it, be under a microscope, but it's nothing. All that stuff ain't worth you being down, in an early grave, which is what, well, unfortunately, with these actions, where you probably be heading. When I don't want that, I don't think anybody else want that. So I just kind of encourage, us promoting positive behavior, but also relying on people when they need that help, even when sometimes they don't ask. Like when you notice that your friend has a neighbor or whatever knows they haven't cut the grass and it's gotten a little bit too big. Whenever you check in on them, say like, "What's going on? Are you okay?" The smallest things that someone hasn't probably haven't taken a shower, or like their face looks all messed up, they haven't had a haircut in weeks, and like, what's going on with you, man? Are you okay? Ask them.
Yeah. Oh, a conversation can save somebody.
Yes.
A conversation can save, and especially if you're listening to them, genuinely listen to them. It makes a big difference. Don't just nod your head, yes, sure, yes, actually take the time to listen to the conversations, to the details. Before you know it, you guys might have more in common than you think. Especially for us men, man. I'm gonna keep it just between us men. For us men, our circles right now, man, because there seems to be an issue where obviously men lead in deletion, men lead in mental anguish, men take the more dangerous jobs, men don't go and report any of these reports, so these issues that tend to be had, and this is one of those spaces. This is an example of a great space.
No, I appreciate it. But yeah, no, but Jay, can you have to say anything, man?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with, like, a conversation can really change that. Like, we've all had, dark moments, whether it's been something super serious or whether it's been something severely, serious, or maybe it's just something that we're going through mentally. Like maybe we don't feel like we're the best at something, or maybe we, are in the midst of like, alcoholism or, drug abuse or something like that. We've all had dark moments of being in dark places, and sometimes those dark moments can affect others, and we really wouldn't want them to. I know I've had my dark moments mentally as well, but again, a conversation, and it doesn't just necessarily need to be family, like family, friends, like anyone who's just willing to listen and to talk to you about it. Those are the real people. Those are the people that will and actually do care about you, and a conversation can keep you from going into dark places. I remember that I've had a lot of people who have been in dark places before, that like people that I knew that, I see something and something just feels off, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to reach out to them and just make sure that they're okay. Like talk to them, like listen, see
that's
exactly.
you. I contact,
Mm-hmm.
like I check on anybody playing this stuff. Now I got Marcus, I got his number now too.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like we ain't fake as
stalker.
Like, well, actually, no, you called me first, bitch.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, seriously though, like, just a conversation, just someone reaching out, hearing you out, and then also like coming to an understanding and just listening can really change someone's perspective. It can be just that one thing that keeps someone from going a route that there might be no return from, to be honest. And that thing like really helps. I've needed that help, and a lot of people that I've known have needed that as well. And it just really takes someone taking the moment to sit back and just listen and care and just be there. Just being in the presence helps, really, to be honest, because you feel like you're not alone in that situation in terms of what you're dealing with.
Yeah, because we've all been there, young, especially as young guys. Like we're in that age between 18 to 20, 18 to 21, and it feels like you're just wandering, you're just hovering. You really just are skating by thinking, what's my purpose in life? Even in your early to mid 20s, you're still. Me, I'm 28, man.
Okay, I'm 20. I'll be 24 in October. So
yeah, you're still a kid.
I'm the
you don't
youngest
know
one
shit.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, and believe me again, because I was your guys' age too back then, and I'm just like, I was still figuring things out myself. But, you know, I'm specifically sticking to that age range between 18 and 22, because those are the ones where you're going into college, you're getting a job. Don't focus so much on having a whole bunch of girlfriends. Don't focus on that. Focus on your career, man. Focus on your purpose. The girls will come and go, right? They will come and go in your life. But what you got to stay focused to is your purpose, your path, and your close and your loved ones, man. Because they're the ones that are going to be there at the end of the day. And make sure you build bonds, you network, and you just contribute to what you're passionate about. And that's it.
Yeah, because I'm like, with me, like this is where me, the whole thing with graduation, like I was really pissed off because like this is something that like out of my control, but then it's like I kept overthinking everything in my head, like my failure, am I letting people down and all this stuff like that, and then I'm not gonna be graduating till like the fall and stuff, and I'm just ready to get out of here, overthinking like, okay, well I'm living on my own and like jobs and all that stuff, right? Well, when I realized like, you know, everyone's journey is their journey, right? You know, hell, some folks are 25 now, still living in their parents' house, whatever, or 30, you know, and stuff like that. I'm out of my parents' house and stuff, but still, I'm still thinking I'm behind, like I should be doing more, you know, all that stuff, right? And then you got, you know, relationships. Okay, when I'm planning on want to get married and stuff, am I making the right decision? Am I distracted? Whatever it might be. It's this whole thing of overthinking and to kind of like letting your head, cloud your judgment and try and just, make you go to that dark place. I had like several times, like this past 2 weeks and stuff, right? And then I'm supposed to be happy. Like Multiverse Madness is coming out in 2 weeks. I should be happy, right? And then I just like I feel like more chaos, no pun intended, just like it's coming, more as the week goes by and stuff, right? And I just think, yes, that's life, but I just but it's like when things get rough, that you mustn't quit, like honestly, I just don't like, and that's why like I watch like movies that help me kind of give escape, like with these characters, like or like with Moon Knight, someone that's like dealing with mental illness, even though I haven't done with dissociative identity disorder, but at the same time knowing that state of disarray when like I'm not well, right? Like even like when he was meeting all the other gods and stuff, and he asked him, this person's not well, like, are you okay? It's like, I'm not okay, or like or feeling how frail like Stephen Grant is in the moment in time, right? Like we all been there, a moment when you feel scared with your own self, feel like you're unsafe and stuff, and I'm just saying, like these films, like properties, stuff like this, like it just give me a sense of escaping, right? And that's sometimes I go to movie theaters by myself too, because just like I don't say it's cathartic, but it really is, Yeah, I know that I'm not the only one in that sense, right? So, yeah, which is why like these films, these characters, and all that stuff mean a lot to me, because just like I feel like not saying you can be a part of them, but feel like those stories are representing you in a way, and stuff, right? And but yeah, man, like, and I'm just saying, I want to just like appreciate you guys, for us just having this space, and I hope in any way I can, give this opportunity for anyone to come and also share, just like, because it just started with me just just doing this whole thing by myself, like, I ran the J King, just us in this space and stuff, and then everyone else, Jay, Kashi, all the stuff, Ronan, everybody, like I said, I appreciate y'all, and stuff, right? I couldn't ask for anything more. I don't care about like, we got the subscribers and all that stuff, but like this, these moments, wherever, this is what makes it,
Yeah, also, by the way, I know you guys probably talked about it already, but I missed out the first 30 minutes or so of you guys' stream. So I don't know what you guys...
So we talked about one, Doctor Strange is coming out in 2 weeks, which we can speculate, and we'll also about that too.
Talk about Thor.
Talk about Thor.
And then we talked about Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, then Wonder Twins, and then DC
And,
stuff. So
Mhm.
So you can go off.
Okay. Well, as far as Doctor Strange, I think we've just covered enough of it. We already kind of know. We're just gonna wait to see because we're all excited for that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be probably one of the greatest MCU movies to date yet. It's gonna be one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Moon Knight, I'm just gonna wait till all the episodes come out because I haven't really seen much, but I've read them and I've seen some reactions of other channels reacting to the show. And then as far as Thor and Love and Thunder, I'm happy and I'm excited because the last Thor was great. But as far as this trailer, I felt some gayness in the trailer.
What are you talking about? that eye gaze between Thor and Star-Lord?
A little bit, yeah. That got me. That got me. And not to mention
That was played as a joke. That was played as a joke.
I hope so. I hope so.
War Endgame. It's
I
a
hope
joke.
so.
It's a joke.
I hope so, because when he was looking at him like that, it made me think, hey man, we gotta go. We gotta get it on. We gotta get it on. That's what I thought.
With the starry blue eyes.
Oh yeah. Hey, and then I didn't like how he was rocking. He was wearing an '80s Panthera like type outfit on.
I think he actually took one of the Ravager uniforms and modified
there you
it.
go.
Hey, first of all, shout out to Blooming Ebony.
Shout out Blooming Ebony
channel. Fantastic channel, man. You guys, make sure you go support and subscribe to Blooming Ebony. Very good content creator in the space. Very good woman. Very good woman. But yeah.
She's nice. Yeah, she's a nice.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you.
Yeah, and as far as the overall breakdown of the trailer itself, I saw some great parts. I saw some Zeus, Russell Crowe playing Zeus himself with a thunderbolt. I saw the blue people. I can't remember where the blue people came from in the comics.
They potentially might be the same race as Yondu, potentially.
Okay. And then you have these big old giant exoskeleton fossils of giant beasts in the background. So I'm thinking it's kind of giving me God of War vibes. Remember in God of War, the video game, they had beasts that were fossilized. It could be frost giants or frost beasts from the Jotunheim. You saw him training because he was out of shape because he had that, Duck Dynasty beer belly going on. And he was working out with the chains.
I thought for a second that was the body of one of the dwarves, like the one that we met in Infinity War, but the skull was kind of a little less humanoid. It still could be in a dwarf's remains, but I also kind of feel like it might not be.
I thought it was King Kong baby, but that was just me. That was a King Kong baby.
Yeah.
And then you got Korg there. I'm always excited to see Korg.
Actually, go back to crap.
What? Drop the glasses.
He said go back. Yeah, he said go back to the trailer, bro.
No, go back to that shot with Korg and Thor, because doesn't that look like there's a little too much space?
What are you saying? Some CGI magic right there.
Yeah,
somebody else could be in that picture.
We already went through this with No Way Home. They might be doing that again. And especially because it looks like that they dropped them off on Sakaar, actually. So maybe it's someone that, we don't see. Some people are speculating, hey, since we got the Olympian gods here, maybe it's Ares, or maybe, another warrior who won that Beta Ray Bill, but I just feel like there's someone missing from that shot. And we already went through this with Andrew and No Way Home.
What about Mink?
Mink's on Earth with Valkyrie. We saw him in that little spot when
it could be.
If you look to the right, Meek is there with Valkyrie in that one shot.
It could be Gladiator from Marvel. It could be Gladiator.
It could be.
I'm waiting for Hercules though.
Which we might
see the Olympians.
Which we might see him.
But who would play it?
A tease of him.
That's a good question. But here's the thing though. We know
Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill could play with the beard.
He could.
Actually.
Now this is the thing. We got Russell Crowe. He could be playing Zeus.
He is. Yeah.
But here's the thing. This is a missed opportunity if they don't have Hercules in here. But we don't know who's playing Hercules, right?
And don't forget Thor, the God Butcher.
Right, who we didn't see at all in this trailer.
Right. Nope. So we didn't see him at all. But I'm saying Hercules, if you don't know, he's a major, character in the Marvel universe and stuff. I will say this though, he will be gay in the Marvel universe if they bring him in.
Ooh.
Hercules.
Hercules.
He will not be fruit. He will not be a fruit.
He
will.
That's the thing. He is actually in the Marvel. Like
I
right now, he's
rebuke
actually.
that. I rebuke that in the name of God.
He's actually dating a Kree soldier in the comics right now. He's part of the Guardians of the Galaxy right now, and he's dating a Kree soldier called Marvel Boy.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
This has got to stop.
Also, those two women over there next to Zeus. Do you think that might be potentially like Hera and Aphrodite, or you think those are two of Zeus's, or you think those are Zeus's mistress? Because
those are his whores of Babylon.
Yeah, I was about to say, because we know this dude does nothing but fucking wreck shit.
Yeah, no. So wait, hold on. The comment Blue Mammoth was says, I believe that Mark. If so, hello. I've been seeing you everywhere. Love hearing you say. Yeah.
Oh, shout out Blue Mammoth.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, I'm actually gonna pull it up here because no, that is a thing. Like it's I think that's a missed opportunity for them if they don't have Hercules at all, or at least mention like, where's my son? Oh, he's somewhere. So at least
at the very least tease him, or maybe give a quick glimpse of him or something like that. Because again, I feel like I also feel like Olympus is going to be one of the first places we see Gore the God Butcher try and kill the gods in. Like when like the big shot might be like Thor gets an invite to Olympus. It's like, hey, I know Asgard fell, but hey, why don't you come visit us? And then Gore comes and he's like, surprise, motherfucker.
I also heard Jeff Goldblum's supposed to be in it too. I didn't see him at all in the trailer.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't see him.
Yeah. So you see, this is Hercules. So he's actually, he's canon. He's canon. And in the canon of the Marvel universe, he's actually bisexual. But this is him with Marvel Boy, I think.
And then there's another one over to like the left in an alternate universe where he's dating an alternate universe version of Wolverine.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah. In one universe, Wolverine is gay and dating Hercules, and he has golden claws. That's a thing. That's actually a thing.
Don't have any comment.
I mean, hey, there's a universe where Tony Stark.
This is it right here.
Yeah, there's a universe where Tony Stark is a woman, and she and Captain America got married. So. I mean, anything can happen at this point.
What do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, this took a turn. Shout out Sir Hell Speaks.
At this point, I think I think you need music whenever you do the solo stare off into the camera.
Oh, by the way, actually, can we do a reaction video too? Let's do
okay.
Do one. I thought it was very hilarious with the lead attorney. Yeah, before the billions up in there, right?
By my grace.
Yo. Now, first of all, shout out to the lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well.
Shout out to the mods.
Shout out to the mods. Shout out to Before the Billions.
Shout out to the members. If you haven't seen it, please subscribe and please add on pay to my Patreon.
Guys, you didn't have to support your boy like this, man. No, you're so gracious. Thank you. But hold on. Let me share this. Also, fair use after hours.
Fair use.
Even though I know he got no issue with this stuff, but hold on. Right here. So, by the way, shout out to Maria, sweet lady.
And the company that he sold 4 months after our divorce was filed. So I knew the paperwork was there.
So here.
But I didn't.
He has that face.
Like that being like. I know, right? It doesn't make any sense. But I swear to you, this is what it was. She was like, "Why?" But it's just different. They may be different goals in mind. Does it make sense?
What are a woman's goals for marriage?
Can you hear the video? Can you hear it?
You know, to have children, right? well, that's not out of wedlock. Another goal is to have somebody, that companionship, but then also that legal aspect of being able to say, hey, you know what, I'm good financially if you were to pass. That would be another thing that they could look forward to as well. And then also they say, wealth building, plenty of different reasons why people get married.
So context, he's about to go into his girlfriend.
Plenty of different reasons. So many different goals.
Before the Billions. But also, shout out to Before the Billions. Make sure you go subscribe to him.
Right?
Yeah.
Once I see a smile, I know it's coming.
I don't think about marriage in that way of like, oh, if I get married and she passed, then I'm gonna get financially stable and all this other kind of stuff. Right? I don't think about it like that. I think about it more so like, okay, the children thing. Also having, that companionship as well. It's like I'm just not thinking about it in a financial aspect.
So that's the thing. It seems like you said that women and men had different goals. You said that the woman's goals were to have kids, companionship, and finances.
Yeah.
And that your goals are to have kids and companionship. So if you subtract that thing out, the only thing that's left is the financial incentive.
Right.
Right. Does that inform any of the decision making that this woman wants to get with you for finances? Do you make more than her, or does she make more than you?
Here we go. Watch this.
IT. So.
Do you make significantly more?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Brothers, what do you think? But what do you think? Is this a come up now? Have you guys talked about a prenup? Be honest.
Yeah.
Have you talked about a prenup? What did she say?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. She didn't like it.
Oh,
and you know
guys,
what?
Pull the cord! Abort!
Eject!
Guys, did you hear this?
Being honest, and she was like, "Oh, you talking about this? You talking like this because the lead attorney?"
Oh, don't put it on me!
No, but seriously, this is the whole thing talking about him, prenup, because he was talking about a situation. I think a millionaire, a software guy, or whatever. He got put on child support and stuff, and they got divorced and stuff, and basically got most of his money taken away, and also in a situation where he's not able to see his kids, and everything. He was kind of talking about men who are in a higher financial status putting himself at risk marrying women without a prenup, right? In case of the situation happening. So Before the Billions, he's a software engineer. He's a little bit older than me, not that much, but and he still was with a girlfriend for 5 years, and the lead attorney, who was a divorce attorney for over 25 years, and he's also a guardian ad litem, which is one of the highest certifications you can get in the state of Georgia, right? But yeah, he's been very knowledgeable in this space. But he was kind of talking about that. But I thought this video was hilarious, though. I'm good friends with both of them. But yeah, but no.
You're the lead.
You're gonna get me assassinated. Oh, board! Guys, listen. My man just said that the only difference between the goals of men and women is the financial aspect, and the one thing that can protect him financially is the prenup. And guess what? She don't like it. Oh, the one thing that could protect him, she don't like it. Right now, let's be honest. Did this turn into, was this just a discussion, or did this get a little bit heated? Like, what was
it? Now, it was a discussion, but she did blame me, Lee. And I had talked to you about this before. I had talked to you about it before. You said, hey, look, she may change her mind, right? So that was one thing. She did actually change her mind. She was like, okay, I'll go along with the prenup. But Lee, she was like, you know what? You've been influenced. You've been influenced. But yeah, I definitely did ask you that, like, in
with the Starbucks cup
last year, actually. And we had that discussion after watching one of your streams as well. So
I love it. I hope I can influence all of you young brothers, man. That makes me feel so good. And, let me just say to the men, because I know y'all are getting after it in the chat, that if you talk to a woman and she initially gets her back up at a prenup, that doesn't necessarily mean that she's not the one for you. You know, if you've been with a woman, you know, a lot of times you'll tell her something and it can take people time to process.
Of course, you didn't have
Well,
everything taken. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years now.
Why wouldn't anybody be upset at that?
Because I've told people that before and they got upset. So they were
Why
like,
would they
hurry
get
up. That's what they're saying. They were like, hurry up and get married. That's what we're saying. But then kind of goes
When you
against
say
what I was-
everybody, you're really talking about women. Is that right? Let's call it
Pause.
yeah.
This is my advice to all young men, older men, even middle-aged men, because I've been engaged myself. Okay? Never rush into it. Never rush into a marriage. And if you really want to go into the religious, biblical aspect of it, the state and the government was never involved. Now, there's a reason why men of a different color, specifically men of color, go to a different country where the marriage laws won't destroy you and common law won't even get you. All right? And more importantly, the culture and the tribalism and the community of those set cultures and races in those countries will always benefit having a better conducive family, a long-lasting family, where they won't just ditch and run. They'll actually stick together, you know? That's my thing. All right. Now there's some good women here in America. Don't get me wrong. There's good women. But I always tell men, mitigate risk. Mitigate risk. Find the least possibility, the least probability, the least percentage of getting your shit taken, destroyed, and the women running off with the kids and all that.
Yeah, this is just look at the comment here. Said, please never rush. I have ruined my life. Oh. I would have ruined my life. Get to know her and ask very specific questions, regardless of her morals. Yeah, that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
Have you ever reacted to the Steven Jackson thing?
No. What is that?
You have. No. What is wrong with you? No. You're a black man. He's the black retired NBA player. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
First of all, who's Steven Jackson?
You son of a bitch. He is a retired NBA vet, champion with the San Antonio Spurs. Do you know what happened with him? You don't know? Okay, no. I'm gonna simply break it down real quick, and then you can find out later. All right. Basically, he was engaged to a woman. He was playing in the NBA. He was I can't remember the woman's name, but she also started a YouTube channel. He got engaged with her. As he got engaged with her, he said, "Hey, I want to make sure you sign a prenup because I want to sign a prenup." But you agreed to it. You said yes. All right. The lady said yes. She agreed. He says, I hear you. We're gonna get to it. We'll get to the papers. Months go by. He reminds her again as the months are going by. Hey, did you sign the prenup yet before the wedding? He's like, oh no, but I'm gonna get to it. But I'm talking with the lawyers already. Doesn't show up, right? And then all of a sudden, the wedding is there. She said, did you talk to anybody about the documentation for the prenup? He did it. She didn't. The wedding day is there. She said, okay, what? Who'd you hire for us to ordain the marriage? He said, oh, I got this pastor. I got this preacher. Okay, so did you sign the prenup with him? She said, oh, you got to talk to him. Guess what he says? I don't believe in prenups. The pastor says, I don't believe in prenups.
You about Steven Jackson?
Yeah. Well, let me get to it, Jay, because they don't know. Let me get to it.
Yeah, okay,
so
hey, Jay.
So he goes and he says, "Oh, so now I know why. So now I know why you hired him." He confronts his fiance, and guess what he does? He calls off the wedding. He walks away. That I gained so much respect from that man because he stood on his limits and his boundaries. And guess what happened?
What was the name of him again?
Steven Jackson. He was a former
NBA vet.
He's from Spurs.
Yeah, and he left with his groomsmen and a couple of the bridesmaids, aka the fiancés. He smashed
one of them. Yeah. Give me a second, guys.
Interesting. Okay. Oh wait,
I can't believe you never. Go for it.
Wait, we gotta do.
That's George Floyd's song. I think they're related, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got you. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out. But that's interesting.
I can't believe you haven't freaking heard of this. How dare you?
No, I've been like, listen.
Yo, man, leave my man Jedi Mike alone. My man Jedi Mike alone. He got enough. He got enough problems as it is.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Not all. Right?
Yeah, no man has told you to hurry up. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. They tell me to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, so listen, don't put it on the brothers, man. Don't put it on the brothers ain't rushing you to go into slavery. Okay, that is not what the brothers are doing. Shout out to the brothers. No, the women are telling you to hurry up. Now, do you take anything away from that fact? Do you see anything that is interesting about the women telling you to hurry up and the men staying silent? Is that a clue in anything, or do you just ignore that?
I think it's the difference in perspective, right? For the women, they always tell me is that, oh, you're wasting time, right? But then the way I think about it is that, marriage, you are supposed to be together forever, right? In most, the whole idea of it. And if you're going to be together forever, then why does it matter when exactly?
No. I want to know if you take anything away from the fact that the women tell you to hurry up and the men stay silent.
Okay, well.
Is that a signal at all, or do you just ignore that? It's an easy thing to ignore, but a 20-year divorce, I hear it. Because when you said everybody tells me to hurry, I call BS right then, because it's not true. Everybody ain't telling you to hurry up. Women are telling you to hurry up. Men aren't telling you to hurry up. So I'm asking you, does that signify anything at all to you that the women are telling you to hurry up, but the men are like, or does it mean nothing?
It sticks out to me, right? And I think it's that, well, like I was saying, that perspective, but then also.
So listen, that's actually, I mean, because this is the thing, for me, because I was someone that I don't say in a position where you want to promote marriage and stuff, but it's like, for me, I've been anytime I hear that, for me, I was like, yeah, dude, why you spend some time not to get married? Because we have this whole notion, people say, as a man, we only need to know by 6 months that we know we want to be with this woman, which I agree. I don't think we should be with my perspective, my opinion, right, is that a man knows who he want to be with within 6 months, right? That's just my personal opinion. We don't take that long. We don't need I need to figure out in 2 years if you're no. My opinion. I don't know you guys disagree.
No, I completely agree.
I think well, 6 months, it cannot be long enough, because in 6 months you're not living with that person. I always say, until you live with the person, you see who that person really is, right? I'm not saying that it's always going to be happy or pissed off all the time, but you realize when you live with the person, it changes things very, very differently, right? Because there are phases, there are steps, right? So what he just said, and this is my observation about BTB, because I'm cool with him. I go on his panel sometimes, and this is no shots at him.
That's my bro.
Yeah, that's my bro too. By my grace, he I don't know if he's had much experience with many women, but this is why I can tell from the experience I've had with multiple women myself. And when you hear women saying that, the reason why they say that, because they know they have a time clock, but us men, we have a different time clock. That's what I'm saying. That's what I realized. When women are pushing that, it's because they know they have a time clock. And they're pushing monogamy so much, so quickly. With men, they say, hey, relax, take your time. Rome was not built in a day.
Facts. It wasn't.
Yeah, I have a story actually about this, because this happened with my brothers, and I won't say it's on camera. I'll probably talk about it in the back. But no, I think that is very interesting though.
So I guess you would call it a double standard, right? Like the men are like, oh, I guess they know. And usually it's married men who already tell me hey, look, man, you may need to wait, right? Or people who have been married already made it hey, I went through, this is what I went through, right? So if you're gonna go through with it, then go ahead. When you are a little bit older, women are kind of oh, you need to hurry on up. And what I take away from that is that I think that women want to get married. I ain't gonna say more than men, but it's just different. They may be different goals in mind. Does it make sense?
What are a woman's goals for marriage?
Wait, no, I'm waiting for him to answer it.
So many people getting divorced. You think that it's going to be forever, and just like how speaking with you, Lee, you always bring it back.
You ain't got to worry about some woman.
Channel called Black Men in.
All right.
Right.
He's like, right. Let me get out of here. I saw you came out with some video talking about, they tried to. Is she like a doctor or something?
No.
Is she?
I don't know if I want to
do a little handshake deal. That's the issue. He never told her, don't fact check this. Right? That's what your fiance is doing. Says, hey, don't talk to any expert. Just leave this between you and me. You and I can work this thing out. That's the difference. I don't know if you noticed that. That guy never told his wife that, don't talk to your attorney about this. That's the difference.
So yeah, Lee, I can agree with you on that.
Did you bring her to the meetup? I would have loved to meet. Was that the photographer girl?
No, it wasn't. That wasn't.
Oh, before the because that photographer girl, shout out to her. She was on point.
He bought a side chick. Shut up, girl. Back. I gotta give me a drink.
Go ahead.
You mean to tell me the TLA put him on blast?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, so you got a bachata girl, and then you got the other girl. Oh.
Oh man.
You brought the photographer girl and left your fiance at home?
She was working.
Oh, okay. Listen, this is how these Atlanta men will do you. This is how these Atlanta men will do you. Listen, shout out to you before the billions, man. Listen. How old is this girl?
2 years younger than me, so she is. Actually, no, she just turned 25. So yeah.
You're in IT. What does she do?
She is. I don't know if I want to say like what company she works for. She's not in IT, right? She is working in eyeglasses. So that's the type of industry that she's in, right? In vision.
Is she like a doctor or something?
No.
Is she? What's her highest education level? College?
Yes.
Is she going back to school or she's done?
Talking about going to get a master's.
PhD.
Is she in sales?
No.
Does she make the prescription glasses?
No.
And now she got you in IT.
Yeah. We met in college. So. And
guys, what do y'all think about this? This girl work at Pearl Vision, got herself a man that's in IT. I saw you came out with some video talking about, they tried to start me off at 160, right? So listen, now, that's not me doxing. You came out with the damn video. Talking about
the exact amount.
They tried to start you off at 160. This damn girl work at Pearl Vision talking about don't get no damn. Oh, listen, guys, y'all help my man out. Don't tell your attorney. My man, shout out to the damn before the bill. Listen, and he's just like KMP. He's like, listen, I'm a good dude, man. I just want a family. Like, what the hell is wrong with that? Why is it gotta be so difficult?
Jedi.
Yeah.
Jedi. Oh my God, he's talking about Mexico.
Mucho gusto. Yeah, but how you doing, Jay?
I'm doing fine, man. I needed that drink. I ain't gonna lie, Jay. I've been cool for the last couple of days, man. I've been chill. I just got done with my interview with my man Achilles 23, aka Anton. Not Anton Daniels. Don't. But
I was at Chicago.
I put that type thing in E-Black's channel. I put that on E-Black's chat. When he was on.
Did you meet Chicago really yet?
No, it's a saying.
I'm not Chicago.
Wait, Jedi, for real, where are you at?
Let me where I'm at.
Like, wait, where? Are
Don't
you? Like,
don't give out your
Virginia,
address.
right?
Don't give out your
Don't
address.
give me your address. Don't give me your. Shut up, Marcus. I know.
I'm on the East Coast.
You're on the East Coast like me. Okay, you're East Coast with me, but you said you're
Same.
Virginia. Okay,
Yeah, I am.
or J King too. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, J King, where are you at?
He's like
what
30,
state?
40
Yeah.
minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then yeah, I can just collab in the same house then. But yeah, I could. I'm just saying I could. Yeah.
I mean, if he has a car, he can drive here. I have my own place.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, is that Chicago?
If you rep in Chicago, that's a poor district. But
no. By the way, I want y'all to see this one. This was a funny moment right here too. But
You know, why can't I get a girl?
That's just me.
Guys,
guys see
imagine,
this? Did you guys see this?
No, I don't think so. But I've seen her before.
I've seen her before, I think. But I've been watching a lot of TLA lately. I haven't watched him a lot. I mean, I know he's still good.
Yeah, I haven't watched him, but barely. She was talking. Maria, shout out to Maria. She's very sweet though. But she was talking about how she, I think she divorced her husband, whatever, because she found she wasn't really in love with him. But she said she wasn't in love with him prior to the marriage. I think, right? And hold on.
What do you think? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, but I will say this. I'm not a Jada because, first of all, I didn't bring up any exes, and I wasn't in love with anybody else either.
Oh, God. Are y'all hearing this?
But
She said that she wasn't in love with
no.
anybody else either.
No, because come on, Jada's been in love with Tupac since, he died.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. I guess. Yeah.
I wasn't having my kid write love letters to anybody else to come back from the dead. Like,
Yeah, that was messed up. Actually,
That is fucked up.
I would try to get custody after that. If I saw
that was weird. All of that is all weird. But no, and I did. Like, I was a good wife. Like, it wasn't like I was an awful wife. I didn't do anything. I wasn't like, no, I wasn't. Like, I wasn't all of that. And when we had that conversation, I came on just to make a comment, and then you tore into me.
No.
Yes, go back and look at that video.
No one tore it. I was so nice. I was smiling the whole time. But
all the time.
I was smiling the whole time. But I am a professional cross-examiner. I'm a trial attorney. So I will get the information out of it. But I also acknowledge while we were talking and after, I acknowledged how honest you were. And there are people that come up here and they lie and they want to protect themselves.
Facts.
And it was so important for men. Maria, everything makes sense in your mind, but a lot of times to men, we don't understand what goes on in a woman's mind. And so for a woman to come up and be honest and share her experience, it's so valuable.
Yeah.
So I not only said that on that stream, but I also said this on this stream too, that you get credit for that. You absolutely do.
Okay, that's a contradiction, though. That is a contradiction with her, though.
What do you mean?
Because it's a contradiction because she wasted that man's time. She didn't fall in love. She wasn't in love with him. She was willing to go through the lie. A lie of omission is still a lie in a way. She didn't love the man. She wasted the man's time. And then guess what? This guy thought, hey, I thought she loved me. Isn't that still wasting the person's time? If the other person is willing to give you the vows, the promise, the courtship, the marriage, like. Yeah. I'm just calling it out because I'm always blunt and honest and direct because I've been in certain courtrooms and I've worked. My family's in law. And then on top of that, being in the military, experiences of relationships, marriages that fell apart. It's just, I see it.
Yeah. No,
Chris?
What?
No. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I understand that. I mean, it just, but, yeah, I just guess in that situation was just for her to kind of be transparent with it, at least just be honest with that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it off a little early though, because like I said, I'm not early. This is late. Like I'm talking about. But yeah, I just want to shout out to everybody in the chat, showing support and everything though. But yeah, and also make sure you guys subscribe to people in the chat that came here today. Subscribe to Rowan Chain. Subscribe to Jay Takashi. Also subscribe to Blooming Ebony. I would love to work with you, Blooming Ebony, and with content or something like that in the future and stuff. But yeah, no, she's very, 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 very intellectual. But yeah, And I think I'm missing. I hope I'm not missing anybody.
I think you're fine. J King.
Oh, Ego, yeah,
Spider-Man.
Ego, and shout out to Ego Podcast as well. And the chat as well. That show up today and before the billions and everybody. I appreciate you guys' support though. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Jay Kashi on YouTube. Marcus, I know you have any social media, whatever.
Like, subscribe, and subscribe to Jedi Mike, or not he, but him and his cohorts will fire you and send you to the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 'cause I know some folks are tired. They need, need that.
No, I'm not.
You need
exactly.
the Advil PM.
Sometimes they need their ass sent to that fucking zone. That's all that is.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Till next time, I'm gonna end off with the video here. Till next time, I'm Jedi Mike 7. Till next time, peace. God bless y'all. Peace.
Peace, guys.
Jump in, feel the prospect. Squeeze under our let's ignite and be transcending time. All of the stars are fell out about it.